He and the LA Galaxy are playing San Jose tonight, 10:30 Eastern on ESPN2.
All right, that'll do it for SportsCenter. I'm Brian Kenny.
Good job out of you, Brian.
That's Robert Flores. He says goodbye, too.
SportsCenter is online all of the time on ESPN.com. For breaking news, scores, and highlights, go to SportsCenter on ESPN.com.
Welcome to the world's greatest city and the world's most famous arena, where tonight there will be a championship decided. Minutemen fans have arrived en masse to cheer on New York native Dante Milligan. On the other side, Buckeye standout Jamar Butler reflects before his final college game. Welcome to the MasterCard NIT. We're at Madison Square Garden for the championship game between the Minutemen of Massachusetts and the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Let's take a look at the brackets, and here's how they got here. On Tuesday evening, it was Florida going home at the hands of the Minutemen, and Ohio State was beaten by the Buckeyes. Thus, the championship game tonight between Ohio State and UMass. Hi, everybody. Ron Franklin along with Fran Fraschilla and Bill Raftery, and welcome to New York City. You know, over on Broadway, Jersey Boys is the big hit going. But here at Madison Square Garden, Fran Fraschilla, you might say New York Guys is the big show going, isn't it?
I think you're right, Ron. It's been a happy homecoming for the Minutemen. You start off with a terrific point guard from Mount Vernon, Chris Lowe. The slasher from Brooklyn, Gary Forbes, attacking the rim. Long-range shooting from Etienne Brower from West Hempstead. And then probably the sweetest homecoming of all, Dante Milligan from right up the street about 70 blocks in Manhattan.
Bill Raftery, when it comes to Ohio State, I guess you have to do it in two different phases. Mr. Outside and also Mr. Inside.
I know you announced the games when Blanchard and Davis were up at Army.
Yes, I did.
Well, this is the counterpart with Ohio State. Jamar Butler, an outstanding performer. I think it's key how he shoots the ball. His shot selection's been good. He's good at going to the rim, little kiss shot. He can step outside. He's got a great feel, knows how to get to the free throw line. And the big fella down low, Kosta Koufos, the old-fashioned kind of an international play that you alluded to the other night, Fran. The little scoop to the hoop and then the fadeaway. He can make the three and a little hook around the rim, Ron.
Gentlemen, how about tonight's Star Watch?
Well, when you talk about Gary Forbes, think of it this way. Career scoring in one season, Dr. J, Marcus Camby, and Gary Forbes.
And Jamar Butler, we talked about his scoring, but this kid can put it on a plate, serve it beautifully to his teammates.
So it's the upstart Minutemen of UMass from the A10 taking on the establishment, the Ohio State Buckeyes from the Big Ten. We'll have the emotional story of UMass center Dante Milligan and his family, and the opening tip from Gotham next.
Rubber ball, $6. Softball, $5. Football, $35. Being ready for whatever parenthood throws at you, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's credit or debit MasterCard.
I couldn't believe...
I'm going to make him an offer again with you.
Just this one thing, and then I'm out.
Funny how?
Either way, you're out. Say hello to my little friend.
Gangster movies. All your favorites at your fingertip and in high definition. And don't miss American Gangster, now on demand. Gangster movies, available all month on Comcast.
Leave the gun. Technic and only.
Hit movies without the trip to the video store. On demand with Comcast Digital Cable.
Ready, Oarsman Honda?
We were dreaming about a brand new Honda, but only had $8 a day. Then Honda Spring event came, so we counted our change, and our Honda dealer got the deal made. Getting 23 miles to the gallon, only spending $8 a day. So if you need a cool ride, put your worries aside. Get to your Honda dealer, do it today.
Horseman Honda in Bethesda. Now go to Yahoo and search Shop Honda to find great deals today.
Center Dante Milligan grew up in East Harlem with his mother Ruby and his brother Alonzo. While Dante went on to college, his brother Alonzo worked here at Madison Square Garden through a mentorship program until his untimely death in a random shooting. 3 years later, Dante gets to end his career in a building where he and Alonzo shared so many fond memories.
That was great for me personally, playing at Madison Square Garden at a place where me and my brother was frequently at.
Milligan goes over the top of Calanthus, gets the rebound and follows.
He has come on, hasn't he?
He really has.
This is the best possible scenario that could have happened for myself and for my team. It's really special to me and my family. So just being here feels like he's here with me today and throughout the course of the tournament.
It took an improbable comeback at Syracuse and also an upset of the two-time defending champion Florida Gators. But Dante Milligan and his New York teammates are only one win from fulfilling a huge dream. Ball is in the air, the tip, and we're going to see Ohio State on offense first.
Ron Franklin, Fran Fraschilla. UMass goes. He's got that hook now. Nice double.
Ball is tipped, and it's going to be stolen right here in front of us. Low. Jimmy Burrs, our referee tonight, he fell at the other end on the fast break. He's back up and moving okay, but he went down hard.
Sure, it was slippery, I think. They're wide open. Nice delivery here. Low to Forbes.
Tell you what, if you haven't seen UMass play this year, put your seatbelt on.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Bauer. Jams it home.
What a message, huh?
Right over the top of Othello Hunter.
Wow. French pastry? Send it in. No cannoli.
No cannolis tonight.
Butler.
Oh, sweet kiss. That's the shot he hit in the highlight.
It's unbelievable.
Right? Yeah.
He goes for the numbers to just control his body beautifully.
Boy, those smart guards knew how to use the window.
Speaking of smart, Dante Milligan, the senior out of New York. We just talked about him and about his family and what a meaningful series Tuesday and tonight is. Oh, what a nice move inside.
All his interviews, Ron, he's handled them with so much grace.
Koufos outside Bill, and he's a little too hard off the back iron. It's going to be Forbes who will rebound it.
Hey, one underrated thing the UMass Minutemen do, they check out. Now the transfer from Boston University, one of those New Yorkers. Look at this, take it down the lane over Hunter.
Oh, energizing his team. How strong was that? And he's a three-point shooter, mainly. He does have some hops.
Turner picked up the foul. It's going to be his first and the team's first.
Well, we've seen a lot of point guards this year. And a lot of great ones, obviously, and maybe some guys quicker than Chris Lowe. But does anybody push it? Maybe Ty Lawson. Does anybody push it as on every possession for 40 minutes like this kid?
I think that's a great comparison. And he's going to get better and better. I was saying to you, a little Nick Van Exel in his game. Maybe not that deep shot, but very clever with the ball as well.
Couple of funk teams there, and Lowe steals it. And he will score with these 8-2. And my first observation, guys, I want your reaction.
Turnover here, Ron, on the inbounds.
The other night, it was reversed. It was a thing where Ole Miss couldn't get the ball up the floor. Right now, it's the Buckeyes having the trouble.
And the interesting thing is, UMass is so conditioned to coming from behind, but they get the early lead. How about this one, Bill Raftery?
Well, he set him up nicely, and then the quick hands, they negate it, and they are ready to play.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups, which we got off to such a quick start. Lowe, Ricky Harris, Gary Forbes, Ian Brower, and Dante Milligan, the five on the floor for UMass. And for Ohio State, Butler, Turner, David Lighty, Othello Hunter, and Kosta Koufos. Dan Mata, the head coach for the Ohio State Buckeyes, on the sideline. And his team, 6 possessions, 3 turnovers, 1 of 3 as far as shooting. Not a good start, and it is UMass with the basketball in an opportunity to jump out big as you look at Travis Ford. 3rd season as the head man at UMass.
Perfect trapping situation. So many teams do a great job of that anymore, don't they?
On the inbounds.
No free out.
And you don't see inbounds offense against that very often anymore.
They're usually going deep.
And it gets picked off sometimes.
It does.
Koufos picks up the foul, his first.
I always like Bill to hit the guy that steps in.
On a return pass.
On a return pass
right.
on the baseline.
You pick him maybe and pop, or he can come out or go the other way.
Step on his baseline, dump it down there, and let him play. Little zone right now, matchup zone.
And very big, we mentioned the other night on the wings. They do a great job. Lady and Turner.
I'll tell you one thing. Milligan, first step against Koufos. He was already past him.
This is his home. He has showed some great basketball savvy.
He made a great point, Bill. He gets 20 more pounds. Maybe plays in Europe a couple of years. But he's an energizer bunny.
Turner couldn't get it to go. He'll go to the line for a pair, though.
Well, this is his game right here, the energy. Take a look. Now, Koufos not a great defender, so he just shows the ball, little up and under, and then the soft touch on the rim.
I figure with the one foul, he doesn't want another one early.
You know, Bill, this is the 2nd game in a row here at the Garden, and Milligan has picked up the first foul for UMass. And he was very, very judicious after he got his 2nd, and even when he played with 3 the other night.
Are you saying he stopped guarding?
No.
Isn't judicious?
I don't think so. You look at Ruby, his mom.
But, you know, I think that's why Ron Koufos has been gotten out of the game quickly. I always liked when a guy picked up one foul, go right at him, try to get that 2nd one.
And here's that nice trap, a little counter by Ohio State.
Turner scores it, but it was Leidy who forced the turnover.
This was effective the other night, little 2-2-1.
Speed up a already quick team. John Chaney is cringing watching UMass, I think. Right? His comment all over the years, speed kills.
3-pointer on the way, that's a little short.
He will keep shooting, Fran.
No, they will. This is the way they play. Remember, pressure is cumulative for UMass.
Pick and pop.
Terwilliger. Deep in the corner, not there. Rebounded by UMass, and Etienne Brower. Fans thought he was fouled. We got a huge contingent here from UMass, about 3,500 at least. Deep in the corner, that's going to be off the side of the glass by Terwilliger.
That's one you run down as Butler gets an open look because of the hustle. You know you've made a mistake, you better get it.
And just like that, Ohio State is on top by 1. It's a 9-0 run.
You look at Terwilliger and Butler, 2 guys that are winningest Buckeyes of all time. About 26 wins a year.
That's not a bad average. You'd take that. You'd be back at it. Got a jump ball. How about both teams improving at this time of year with these extra games?
So Terwilliger left all alone, and he buries the 3. Then Butler gets a turnover. He has a 3.
Early round coverage of the Masters, April 10th and 11th on ESPN.
Switch to Valvoline's Max Life, and there's no telling how long your car will keep going. Sweet. Max Life not only protects against friction, but also leaks, deposits, and sludge, the 4 major causes of high mileage engine breakdown. Drive it forever.
Start today with the confidence you get from Gillette Fusion Phenom. Fusion has 5 blades spaced closer together with less irritation than Mach 3 and a precision trimmer on the back. The best a man can get.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Oh, dreaming.
Do not let her get gum. You know
That's Tony Stewart.
Tony, get the camera. I've got the camera. Oh, Tony, he's a huge fan. Ready?
Tony, you okay?
Armor All wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare. And for even better defense against UV rays, try new and improved Armor All Protectant.
Come on, Otis. Let's go, buddy. Come on. Let's go get in the car. There's a cat back here. Come on, let's go. Here we go.
I thought dogs loved to ride in cars.
Let's go. Come on, here we go.
They do, but not if the car has a stiff, jarring ride.
He's enjoying the trip.
Well, that's because his car has Goodyear Comfort Tread tires.
For a smooth, comfortable ride, get Goodyear Comfort Tread technology. A special layer provides on average 20% more cushion than other passenger car tires.
I see why dogs like this.
Innovative thinking up here so you can get there. Goodyear, get there.
ESPN's exclusive coverage of the MasterCard NIT is brought to you by MasterCard. There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And in part by Valvoline's Max Life. Drive it forever.
So as you look at the Statue of Liberty, our score, it is Ohio State 11-10. Let's meet the fourth member of our broadcast team. Very wise man. He doesn't come close to the table. He wants nothing to do with us three. Alan Hopkins, take it away, my friend.
Thanks and good evening, Ron, Bill, and Fran. For Jamar Butler, this was a lonely season considering that he was the only starter to come back to college basketball from last year's NCAA championship game. When I talked to Jamar about his illustrious career, he said, where did it go? He's played in a school record 139 games, and he says he's enjoyed every minute of it, and he's going to miss everything about college basketball. But he also said he wants to end his career with a win, something, Ron, you'd expect from the winningest player in OSU history.
Okay. Alan, we look forward to hearing from you tonight. I'll tell you something about this game. It's strange. UMass opened with an 8-0 run as Harris knocks down the jumper. Then Ohio State answers with a 9-0 run of their own.
And Harris known for that three. A little medium game, Fran.
And he's not going to stop shooting that three, Bill, but that always helps when you get in a little closer.
Well, he really has confidence, though, doesn't he?
Oh, no, I think Travis Ford, more importantly, has confidence in him, Ron.
Boy, that's the toughest way. I don't mind Hunter if I'm defensively, right?
You have to help.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an instinct, Bill.
Nice give back. Now, that is a heck of a play.
Well, Ohio State wanting a foul on the play, but there's not going to be a call. And good, they come out and wipe up that damn spot. I'm with you, Bill. I think from the warm-ups, that's what referee Jimmy Burr slipped on, was perspiration down the sideline.
He's got the comeback award. I mean, he fell, he got up, he fell again. That happens in New York frequently.
Three knockdown rule at the Garden.
But how would you know that, Bill?
I've heard. I've seen.
You have to be around to observe those things, you know. Boy, nice move by Forbes, and he missed it. Milligan battles inside, has the ball taken away, and it may have been blocked, in fact, by Hunter.
Hunter has always shown his presence inside.
Tip, second tip, and Othello Hunter.
That's what we call a live body.
Boy, I'll say.
Harris.
There's that jumper. Usually it's the right corner, isn't it?
But you know what I love about them? They run those two guys to the corners, just like the Phoenix Suns, and it really creates space for Lowe to get into the lane.
Did you do that? Go spend some time at pro camps like Travis did?
I did, but not the Suns, but a lot of people doing that now, trying to play off of Mike D'Antoni's club.
Great coverage
by Harris. Boy, he's been the Energizer Bunny, hasn't he?
Sure
Since
has.
He came off the bench.
Widened out, played great D. Nice look here on the diagonal. Whoa. Low looking high.
Remember, this pace is what really wore out Florida in the second half.
You stole my thoughts. Can it have the same toll on Ohio State, Fran?
Well, it can, because as I said, it's cumulative. You might not see this really take hold until 10 minutes to go in the game.
So they're getting an easy time getting into the lane. The guards have got to help. They got away with one earlier when Hunter made the catch. But that zone will slow them down a little bit.
Well, after our game tonight, right here on ESPN, make sure to check out your favorite college basketball players in the 20th anniversary State Farm College Basketball Slam Dunk and Three-Point Shooting Championships. You guys got some favorites in this one? Well, I know we got a list of the people, which we'll show when we get a stoppage in play here. Who's going to be
the threes?
Oh, you got Neitzel, you got Lowe, you got Lofton, Shane Foster from. I'm going to go with Shane Foster on that one.
It's a shame they didn't ask us to evaluate the dunk contest with our hops, huh, Fran?
I don't know who I'm going to pick an apple.
I think I'm with
Deron Washington from Virginia Tech. Hooper.
Soft touch, too. And, you know, Bonner's 7-1 as well. That looks like Greece versus Serbia out there right now.
Well, one thing, Koufos can put it on the floor, too. So if he can make that and bring the big guy out, he'll be able to dominate.
Remember how much success UMass had with the dribble the other night against the zone.
Yeah, a little handsy here.
Well, now the slam dunk that I was talking about, there's some great names in here, but the man at the bottom, Deron Washington, is almost freakish with his jumping ability.
I'll tell you what, have you seen Patrick on occasion?
Yes.
That just dawned on me. He's pretty good. Giddens I didn't see since his Kansas days, although late at night on occasion I would.
Well, that's
good elevation.
I think he wants to be in a three-point contest.
Offensive foul because of a hook on the play, and that's going to be against Brower.
Speaking of, huh? That Daddy.
Tied at 17, about to go under 12 minutes to play in our first half. UMass showing they got a lot of folks here, and they also want to prove the point. They want desperately to get their first championship. They never won one in basketball.
Well, that's pretty good use of the bounce by Turner.
He really did. Defender never got in front of him, and he got body to body. Take a look at this. I always used to tell my guys, if you're even, you're leaving. So once he's even and Gaffney can't cut him off, go by him.
There's no way Gaffney can stay with him on that switch either. They do a nice job. Butler was in the corner in case there was help for an open three.
Now, UMass is going to go smaller. It takes away my question. I was going to ask you guys, because of the size of Ohio State, is Travis, is he probably going to have to be a little bigger most of the night tonight?
I think it's an advantage when you go both ways, but their speed is, now with Hill in the game, I think they'll go after him a little more, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and it's interesting. The UMass coaches told us before the game that even though Ohio State's got just a +1 rebounding margin, that's pretty good for most, in the Big Ten.
There's his spot.
Harris, I'll tell you, what is really damning about that, he does it right in front of the opposing head coach.
Yes.
And Thad Matta was just shaking his head like, somebody get on him. He hasn't missed a shot tonight, has he?
I tell you what, he's so tough in that corner. I like even an open look here on the same play.
Turner. Nice look, but a little too hard from in close. UMass leading by 1, 11:47 left first half.
Today, I plan on not freaking out about my wireless bill. I plan on saying whatever when my daughter talks for hours. Yeah, I plan on being totally down with calling Denver in the middle of the afternoon, huh? Hollering at my boys, kicking it with three-way calling. I plan on grabbing my celly and getting my...
Dad!
Oh, sorry. Okay.
America's most reliable network introduces a plan with truly unlimited calling. Talk as much as you want with anyone in the U.S. for one flat rate. And now buy a text-friendly Envy Your Music playing chocolate for just $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
When you're used to always doing something with a cigarette, it can be hard doing it without one. But if you can relearn how to start your day without cigarettes, then you can relearn to do anything without cigarettes. Introducing X, a new way to think about quitting.
Jumping 20 buses, it's Danger.
Danger!
Sullivan.
It's my first name. Danger!
Are you ready?
All right, Danger, we are good to go. Watch me fly!
Engine sludge can strike anyone, so get Castrol GTX. It's superior sludge protection. 57% better than the leading 5W30. Tests prove it.
Hey, how far to go?
Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
Yeah.
So we are back. It's a 1-point lead with the Minutemen. I'll tell you what let's do. Let's go aboard the UMass bus as they get a scouting report from Coach Steve Middleton coming over. They were looking to see if there was a light in, what, the Belfry?
Thoughts on Jamal Butler. He's their guy. He's their guy. Shoots extremely well off ball screens. We're blitzing him. Must be very aggressive with him. As he goes, so goes Ohio State. No doubt about that.
Steve Middleton, who was an alumnus of the Salukis in Carbondale. And they were watching video if you wondered why they were looking away rather than at the coach.
And you notice that every assistant coach has a couple Starbucks these days?
Yeah, they can afford it.
You know?
The prices they're getting paid. But interestingly enough, Butler's the kind of a guy you can't leave open. And what's amazing about scouting reports, you prepare and the game starts, and they just somehow fog out.
Yes.
Boy, Lowe speeding up the court. Lost control for a moment, got it back. In the corner to two. Harris again.
Well, what he did, Ron, is Lowe knew that if he needed a bailout, he had those guys in the corners, and he looked to Harris right away.
You know what I love about Lowe? Who was Travis Ford's very first guy that he got? It was him.
Yep.
And he said, and I guess a lot alike is the way Lowe played, the way Travis played.
Well,
I don't know if they're similar in their ability to find people. I think Travis was more of a scoring guard. Don't you think?
No, I think you're right. But this guy played on a really good high school team at Mount Vernon, where they've had great tradition through the years. Ben Gordon, Gus and Ray Williams, great backcourt players.
And with those corners covered, they've gone to more of a 2-3 look. As you, I thought he got away with something, but how about that with the left? The three-point shooter able to dazzle you with some footwork.
At the end, Brower.
But you notice, Bill, when you put those guys in the corners, how much space it creates for your point guards.
Right.
25-9. Fellas, it's an 8-0 run by UMass. Lighty says, let's end that.
Koufos has a lot of area to run. That's why that corner is very, look at this, they don't get out. The same kind of a situation on the other side.
Brower hustling it and taken away by Milligan.
See, it all fits because if you take away the drive, you kick it to the corner. When that shot goes up, the long three, then it's anybody's ball on the rim.
And Hunter really at a disadvantage. He couldn't get out either to cover.
Hill in the ball game. You can see number 4 driving against Lowe. Tried to get the pump, picking up the foul. It is going to be taken away by UMass. And that is a travel on Lowe.
Well, they had it again, though, didn't they? Ohio State had some control, Fran. Right now, they're out.
Well, there's that bailout that Lowe had. He knows Harris is going to be there. That's his spot. That's his real estate.
Thad would really not an emotional long call there, was he?
He wasn't really
begging.
He wasn't selling that one.
Tony Gaffney comes back into the lineup, number 24, the 6'8 junior out of Berkeley, Mass. Transfer from Boston University.
Anytime you give an index walk, you don't have your heart in it.
Well, they're lucky to have Gaffney back when he had an MCL injury that he's been trying to rehab.
Block some shots, too.
And he certainly did, Bill. How prophetic was that, what you just said?
Notice Koufos didn't have a left hand there.
He's been quiet for it. Forced that one a little bit. One more bounce, he may have been able to do some damage.
27-22, about to go under 9 minutes until halftime.
This is where you can slow UMass down, too. Be a little more patient on the offensive end. Don't jack it and get them going.
Ball, Harris got this takeaway. Low, and the ball is blocked by Lauderdale.
How about that hustle? A little lingerie on the deck. Oh, this could get embarrassing in Madison Square Garden. A whirling dervish, Fran.
How about the energy to spin? Oh. And then the freshman Lauderdale says, not yet.
Woo. He sent it back to Daytona.
Thought it was spring break.
Well, you hear the chant. UMass, Low. Reversed it. Right hand, and right there is Etienne Brower.
And that's that drive that opens up the rebounding lane. Everybody collapses. They are vulnerable. Thad really perplexed as he looks at his guys on offense now.
Nice ball movement. Lauderdale inside, and he got banged. And it might be Brower who picked it up.
Take a look at this, Bill. Penetration really opens things up. Take a look. Brower's going to come in your picture from the left side. Look at Lowe get to the rim, and there's no check out. So Brower checks in.
He took Butler right with him. Interesting that's wide open, though. When you look at tape, a lot of things can happen. A flash post or a dribble drive.
You can see Etienne has to go to the sidelines. He's got good numbers so far. Good ball game, but it's also a second foul. Deep in the corner. Three-pointer right there as Turner knocks it down.
Like that freshman, don't you, Bill?
Oh, he's really a fine-looking prospect. They've gotten better. That's what's amazing. The more you play, and we're talking to Thad the other day, he said this has been a great experience for his players.
Deep in the corner, three-pointer, in and out, not there. Milligan skies for the rebound. And it is stolen. Turner with the bounce pass, and it is thrown behind Jamar Butler.
And Milligan hustled, but, you know, he got fouled on that pass down at the other end. That's why it was intercepted, but he didn't give up on the play. He's back home in the yard. The lady likes him, and so do the UMass fans.
Switch to Valvoline's Max Life, and there's no telling how long your car will keep going. Max Life not only protects against friction, but also leaks, deposits, and sludge, the 4 major causes of high-mileage engine breakdown. Drive it forever.
The NASCAR Nationwide Series at Texas on ESPN2. Coverage begins Saturday at 2:30 Eastern.
In February 2009, TV stations will broadcast exclusively in digital. Every TV that's hooked up to cable will still work just fine. But if you get TV through an antenna on an analog set, it won't work after February 2009. So call 888-DTV-2009 to learn about a government coupon program that begins in January, or visit dtvtransition.org.
I really got sick and tired of every day when I met somebody. They would look at the top of my head, and then they'd...
You're with Navy Federal. My father's a member.
Aren't you? You should be. I think they have the best checking.
Yeah, and every account earns interest.
They have 4 accounts to choose from.
And everybody gets a free Visa check card.
I get ATM rebates. Me too. And no minimum balance. That's cool.
Mine has no monthly fees.
You should get one.
I think I will. Now.
Go to NavyFCU.org. Navy Federal. Membership counts.
Toyota's thinking green and celebrating our 1 millionth hybrid sold. In fact, over 70% of the hybrids sold in America are Toyotas. Drive in style with the Camry Hybrid, or choose a versatile Highlander Hybrid SUV with 268 horsepower and options like a power rear door and a backup camera. Or go with the best-selling hybrid in America, the Toyota Prius, now with up to $2,000 in value package savings. So think green and save green by going green with a Toyota Hybrid.
But not with the Packers. The LA Times reporting Favre's agent has spoken with teams about their interest in trading for Favre. The agent, Bus Cook, said, quote, "That's news to me." And the Bengals have released wide receiver Chris Henry on the heels of Henry's 5th arrest since 2005. All the details coming up 11 Eastern on SportsCenter. You can always stay current with ESPN News. Back to the Garden. Ron, Fran, Raph, gentlemen.
Larry, thanks so much. You saw that tight shot of Travis Ford, and certainly we're talking about tonight. There are signs all around the arena from UMass fans saying, please stay Travis, and we'll talk more about that as this ball game goes on. Milligan, double team, almost got in trouble, got it back.
Oh, terrific. Oh, great. Look at it, sets up, rebounded again.
That's Lauderdale again with the block, but he knocked it out of bounds. 33 seconds on the shot clock.
I think what UMass shows you is you can have a lot of fancy zone offense plays, but if you can drive those gaps, boy, it really creates problems.
A nice slap away by Terwilliger.
Butler.
How about that?
Nice move and body control, yeah. 2-point ball game. Minutemen's lead is cut to a pair.
Yeah, Fred, your point on zone offense. Larry Cannon used to play for LaSalle in the late 60s. And he was the first guy against Litwack zone and Casey zone that could split it because he was powerful. This is a little guy that doesn't really use his body. He's just clever and speedy.
Well, you find those gaps, and if you can get in there, you make two guys play you, and it opens it up for your teammates.
Shot clock is down to 6. They get it inside, and they're going to call steps on Milligan.
Pretty effective play, though, if he didn't walk.
Well, here's that sign I was referring to. Please stay, Travis. And, of course, those that are implying think that LSU might look his way.
Well, this NIT has been positive for his career, especially when you come back from 20 down against Syracuse.
Nice hands.
Low at the other end, and that is a nice block. That was Butler who got a hand up on it.
And, you know, that's the first time I could say he made a mistake. He should have given it to Harris, and he could have gone to the rim low. Right here, maybe he thought he could beat his guy, but a quick give at the foul line. There would be no charge and a deuce. It's nice to see that. Please stay, Travis. I used to have please go, Bill. In the old days.
You know, one of the things is you look at the Atlantic 10, there's so many good young coaches. This might be trouble. But there's so many good young coaches in the league, like Brian Gregory, Sean Miller, Travis Ford. The league's nice move.
Forbes. And some pretty good players. Not that he's young. Oh, he is tough attacking the rim.
I'm sure UMass will do everything they can to make sure that Travis Ford's a happy camper here.
That's Jimmy Barron, the Hobbs, Hobbs. You're right.
Bad pass. Forbes comes back with it, and they just keep pushing. And Forbes again unlucky in the shot, and it's going to be taken away by Ohio State.
I'm talking to you. I got to say, Johnson, at LaSalle.
Oh, he's done a good job.
Sure
he ruined us a few seasons this year in the A-10.
Look at this kid go.
Whoa.
Just a great thought process, though, with that on.
And this looks like he's out of control, Ron. You know this is the way they want to play.
Exactly.
He actually looks a little tired. I don't believe it.
And let's check in again with Alan Hopkins. Alan.
Thanks, Ron. It was almost if you guys were listening to the last huddle. Travis Ford was running. He said we need to keep speeding it up. They're not pressing us. Let's make sure we speed it up, get up their backside. He wants to stay compact defensively, but he said, remember, we're playing to get them tired. Keep pushing. And as far as the other job offers, he has no comment right now. He's just really focused on ending this season on a positive note, guys.
Okay, Alan, thanks very much. Going to the bench, well, Etienne Brouwer had come out. He has 2 fouls, and with 5:44 on the clock, Travis Ford may put him on the bench for the rest of the first half. Butler for 3. Not there. Mistiming his jump. Unable to come away with it was David Lighty.
Nice job by Forbes, giving himself room to get that rebound as well.
Forbes has impressed me, guys, because he's not just a scorer. He's workmanlike.
Look at how easy he's getting into the lane for the floater.
So, a lot of opportunities, as you guys have pointed out, but some body blows, but no shots to the head as far as not coming away with a score. Bonner got the rebound on that play, and UMass will push it up again, and this time they'll set the offense half court.
He's actually tired. I don't believe it.
Yep, and I think that's why Travis Ford called a set play right here. Yeah, because they've been going no huddle offense for the first 15 minutes.
How about the rage?
Bonner almost shot that from behind the NBA line.
The other Bonner.
Yeah, he enjoyed. The Florida folks were quick to say hi to him at the dinner on Monday evening because obviously his brother having played for the Gators, they knew him.
Walk.
Wow. Taken away by Bonner. Okay, here comes Lowe with the push again. About to go under 4 minutes to play. 7-point lead, UMass. Had the ball knocked away. Another slip right here on this side as a three-pointer. And the largest lead of the night as Gary Forbes gets it. I'm also wondering about the ice underneath this floor. If that's the reason that part of the floor is slippery.
Could very well be. The other problem is you just can't. They got a tee here. Mike Kitts is really upset.
I think it's a bench warning against the exuberance of the UMass bench. How can you blame him, Ron?
37-27 UMass.
Small business savings on airfare. Automatic. Small business savings on car rental. Automatic. Small business savings on hotel. Automatic. Making it look easy. Priceless. The MasterCard Easy Savings Program. Register your MasterCard business card and start saving.
A Master's Moment, brought to you by ExxonMobil. 1963, a 23-year-old Jack Nicklaus rebounded to win the first of his record 6 Green Jackets. At the time, he was the youngest Masters winner.
There's a new king of the fairways at the Augusta National.
He received his first Green Jacket from Arnold Palmer. Between the two of them, they won 5 in a row.
Math and science are everywhere. That's why, along with ExxonMobil, my wife Amy and I created the Math and Science Teachers Academy, where elementary school teachers can learn new ways to inspire their students. Because if kids learn math and science, they can achieve almost anything. I'm Phil Mickelson, and I'm proud to work with ExxonMobil.
The Yankees versus the Indians last year, man, that was a strange one. 8th inning, it just started. Something caught my toe. It was my old briefcase. Grounds crew must have run over it. I haven't seen that thing in years. I guess I left an egg salad sandwich in there. Oh. Finding that briefcase must have been bad luck for the Yankees. They just seemed distracted.
In the mouth, in the mouth. I got bugs in there.
Welcome in studio, Doreen Oka, Tom Brennan, Doug Gottlieb. Coming up, UPS halftime report. These gentlemen, we play a little game of Take Your Pick. They tell us who wins the 2 national semifinals and who cuts down the nets in San Antonio. Guys, as for this game?
Hey, forget this game. Bill Raftery to Providence? Is that what you've heard?
I heard Tom Brennan to Providence. That's what I've heard. Hey, here's what I want to know from Franny. How difficult is it to coach at UMass when you're Travis Ford? Most people think you're going to LSU. How do you keep that? How do you cut that out of your mind?
There you go. Franny, take it away. Ron, Raph, you guys too. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, guys, thanks. A reminder, this telecast is being broadcast in high definition, available on ESPN HD. Presented by Olivia, live and in color.
You know, it's funny. We were talking about that off air before. The hardest thing about a young coach this time of year, Ron, you're so invested in your team, and then you have to make a life or career-changing decision.
Well, you didn't answer the question, though.
It's hard. It's hard because you're so emotionally attached to the guys you're coaching. But you have to look at opportunities if it can better your family. But I think UMass is going to make it hard for Travis Ford to leave, obviously.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
What Tommy Brennan forgets is that we used to play Providence every year, so they show my inability on the sideline. But I must say, with all the great Italian restaurants up there, Fran, it's worth investigating.
Okay, now, who was rumored for which job?
I think if Tom Brennan could bring Taylor Koppenrath with him, he might have a shot at that job. That's the short answer there.
He can win with more than locals, you know.
Plenty of time on the shot clock as we go under 3 minutes to play. First half. And they do have Brower back in the ballgame with his 2 fouls. Tough shot. Bonner.
Wow, and that's without Lowe on the floor. A little rolling hook.
Turner.
Steps. Yeah. Too much prancing.
Well, from 64 to 4, the Women's NCAA Championship continues on ESPN Sunday with both Final Four games. First at 7 Eastern, Stanford takes on UConn. Then at 9, it's LSU squaring off against the defending champion, Tennessee. Coverage begins 6:30 Eastern, and that's with the Women's Championship Special.
Well, you haven't seen Maya Moore from UConn. She's this year's Kevin Durant. Smooth.
They're getting the ball wherever they want, on the dribble, on the pass. This kid can really blow by people. Goodness, Lowe.
Boy, they have had a lot of shots from point-blank range, some of which have been blocked. Others they've just missed because of pressure.
And I also think a little fatigue, believe it or not. Lowe, a couple of little baby hook he missed. So much is asked of him. He needs a little rest at halftime.
I'm going to be interested to see how that second half unfolds, because we've seen UMass in the last couple games really turn it up in the second half. Maybe he's saving himself.
Yeah, maybe. Just like coaches save plays, too, that may work. You save it for the second half.
Second foul on Milligan. And the New York Minutemen that are from right here in Gotham. Forbes, Brower, Lowe, and also Milligan.
I think each of them has been really impressive in their homecoming.
Well, Fran loved recruiting in New York. All we needed was a token, and that's no token jumper. Manhattan and St. John's, right? Just on that trade.
Token and an easy pass. Give me an easy pass. I'm good to go.
All the bridges.
Well, with from a 10-point lead to a 3-point margin, and that's 12 points now for Turner.
And this is where Brower can be tough now, because he finds holes and maybe a settle there. First time they've been challenged. Forbes.
Well, that was a want-to rebound right there.
Milligan's mom looking on.
A lady not in the right spot to get that rebound.
Well, he's coming off consecutive double-doubles. That, by the way, is his 16th foul on the Buckeyes. As Brower will go to the bench, and checking back in is number 24, Tony Gaffney.
You know, it's interesting, Ron. He started with 24 points, 9 rebounds, 7 blocks in the first NIT game. So the motivation to get back to the world's greatest arena has been high.
It has been. 6 and 6 right now, Fred. 6 points, 6 rebounds.
And you mentioned Gaffney's knee. They call him the glue guy, Ron. Boston U transfer. Look at these entries. Too easy. And the giveaway by Koufos. I mean, draw that up, huh?
Koufos now with 2 fouls. That's also the 7th team foul against the Bucks. Well, look at those numbers right there. 13 and 11 and 17 and 12 against the Gators. And 3 blocks in each.
You know, I mentioned the other night that if you're a high school coach and you want some zone offense ideas, you need to get some UMass tape the last 2 games.
Yeah, but you can't get low. That's
right.
That sort of helps. But no, you're right. I mean, you get guys to penetrate.
There are all kinds of signs here. I wonder if his mom has seen that one. It says, Milligan, marry me.
Well, she have to pass muster, I'm sure.
Check with mom first.
Exactly. Go through the proper chain of command.
So it's a 6-point lead. As we mentioned, it was 10 just a moment ago. 37-27.
As the All Americans play reverse, Fran, back screen.
Butler.
They're right there now. They look for a stop and another possession.
It's a great point, Billy. He's got 10, Butler. They ran that play all the way through. Didn't stop, didn't give up on it.
.44 seconds. That's on the game clock. 20 on the shot clock. And a whistle and a foul, and that's going to be Diebler who will pick it up.
And banging over there. That was one. I think he was losing his balance, Ron.
After our game tonight, Bill, right here on ESPN, make sure to check out your favorite college basketball players in the 20th anniversary State Farm College Basketball Slam Dunk and 3-Point Shooting Championships.
We got a chance to see A.J. Graves of Butler against Drake. Drew Neitzel in that shooting contest. Derek Lowe, I know you like him, Bill.
A.J. Graves, too.
A.J. Graves, yep.
Well, Lowe gets the first one. As I mentioned the first time around, DeBron Washington, I got to see him a couple of times up in Blacksburg. 7 assists so far for Lowe. You see why Travis Ford liked this young man so much. Deep in the corner again as they spread the floor, and this time it's an air ball by Leidy.
And that wasn't a 2-for-1 either situation. Quick timeout by Travis. Now he's going to get a little shot. He's been looking for the officials to come say hello. Come to daddy. Let me whisper some sweet nothings.
Well, Jim Burr's the referee tonight. Mike Kitts is the man he was just talking to, and Wally Rutecki Ratecki, they are the two umpires. And Mr. Kitts was a little chapped earlier.
He was mumbling. It's like you after listening to the two of us.
Mr. Kitts has heard it before.
Well, here's a little blast from the past as far as UMass is concerned. Remember this fella? Dr. J played up there for the Minutemen 2 years, 69 through 71. And for his career, he averaged 26.3 points a ball game. And how about this? Over 20 rebounds per ball game.
Something special. Did you ever go up to the cage where they played?
Yes.
How about that for a home court? That and Julius, and a kid that's had a heck of a career after transferring from Virginia.
You see the numbers on Forbes, one of two players to amass 1,000 career points in only, what, 2 seasons at UMass.
And in 1 season, 3rd all-time behind Dr. J and Marcus Camby.
A quick timeout, good defense, that pressure on the sideline.
Again, between Hunter and Lauderdale, Ohio State's made it very difficult to get the ball in over those Giants.
Well, guys are working so hard on dead ball situations, no matter where they are. Years ago,
why is that, Bill?
It's an advantage. You know, you cause pressure, you cause turnovers. You know, you get a 5-second violation. It's just become a tough. We used to say free out in the playground, right? No free outs anymore.
And I think because teams, quite frankly, don't practice those situations. So some coaches, like Bruce Pearl, for example, at Tennessee, will set that pressure up anywhere on the court, make it tough to throw it in.
You know, we talked about Coach Davis at Drake using so many things that his dad did and works wonderfully as far as scoring off inbounds passes.
Oh, I totally agree. And if you've seen Tennessee, for example, or Drake, Ron, as we did, they spent about a half hour of the shoot around on that inbounds defense.
Now this might be a back screen. Look for the home run. That loosens it up just enough.
There's Lowe and pressure immediately on him by Lighty, and then Lighty retreats.
If you were to go back, would you work hard on those situations now? Is that something you picked up observing?
Well, always try to, because those situations are like special teams in football. They may win you a game or two a year.
Well, that game clock is down to 6 and now down to 5. And have to start something in motion. Pass inside Forbes, and the ball stuck, and that's a jump ball. It will stay with UMass with 0.2 seconds up there.
Can't score. I mean, you can slap it,
tip it.
That's it. At best.
And you don't want to get it over the back trying to tip it.
The Michael Jordan rule. It happened here too, where they changed it. 0.3. Trent Tucker was the guy. No place. See, they won't even give it to you, even on the tip.
Ricky Harris, 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. And let's check in with Allen. Allen?
Thanks, Ron. Coach Ford, I know speed of play was a big emphasis. How pleased are you with the tempo?
Well, I like the tempo. I like our energy. We've just given up way too many threes. We can't be exchanging three-point shots. We got to do a better job of defending behind the arc right now.
The last 3 games in NIT, you've been trailing. You're up. How much does your message change at halftime?
Not much. We just got to stick the way we play. We got to keep this a 94-foot game for the next 24 minutes or 40 minutes and really try to put pressure on them as much as possible.
All right, thanks, Coach Ford. Back to you, Ron.
Al, thanks very much. Our halftime score, 41-36, UMass. Now let's go back to Darinoka, Doug Gottlieb, and Tom Brennan in the studio. It's the UPS halftime report.
All right, Ron, we will kick it back out to you at the Garden here in just a little while. Meantime, we are going to keep folks occupied. Dari, Doug, Tom, what's up?
How did Frischella skate on all the coaching discussion? I mean, he's up for all the jobs.
Raf tried to throw him out
only
there.
Brennan and, you know, I mean, look, the bar tabs would be too great if Brennan and Raftery got together on a staff again.
We did it once. We could do it again.
Raftery tried to get him out there, mentioned the Italian food in Providence. Meanwhile, we don't know what Travis Ford has in mind after this game, but right now his team is leading. We're going to get you all set for the big dance. The Final Four this weekend. We're going to play a little take your pick. Doug and Tom tell you who cuts down the nets in San Antonio.
Straight nightmare.
on the streets of L.A.
I could not be prouder of my men.
Every cop wants justice.
There are 2 cop killers out there.
You can get these guys, but how they get it,
These dudes is monsters, man.
is what sets them apart.
Show me. You expect me to leave my car in the hood? So we're just gonna go in there and kill him? No, I'm gonna ask him some questions. Then we're gonna kill him.
Street Kings, rated R, Friday, April 11th.
The generation that swore it would never get old didn't. Welcome to the summer of life. And now there's an official hair treatment of the summer of your life. New Touch of Gray from Just for Men. Lets you keep a little gray. Works gradually. Just comb in, rinse.
Never trust anybody over 90.
Keep a little gray with New Touch of Gray.
Love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
Switch to Valvoline's Max Life, and there's no telling how long your car will keep going. Max Life not only protects against friction, but also leaks, deposits, and sludge, the 4 major causes of high-mileage engine breakdown. Drive it forever.
If you think there's no big news in battery technology, consider this. Now you can take up to 5,000 pictures over the life of 2 batteries. Duracell rechargeables. They're rechargeables reinvented. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Welcome back to the UPS Halftime Report.
All right, one half is in the books. Massachusetts with a 41-30 lead on Ohio State. How do you like that, folks?
Something's wrong with this picture. UMass ahead at the half?
At Ohio State, a year after playing for the national championship, playing for the MasterCard NIT Championship. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Dory, Doug, and Tom back with you. Time to talk Final Four, where Ohio State was last year. Going to play a little game of take your pick, and we're going to start with Memphis in its first Final Four since '85 against UCLA in its 3rd straight. Coach, go.
I love the Memphis Tigers here, Dari. Joey Dorsey, I think, is really going to cause Love a lot of problems. People can talk all they want about Memphis' schedule, but they beat Georgetown, Arizona, Connecticut, Gonzaga, and Oklahoma. Chris Douglas-Roberts, I think, is a bit underrated. I think he might be the best player on the floor tomorrow. And I really like Memphis to win that game.
They also beat Texas in the NCAA tournament, so too did the Kansas Jayhawks. So we'll get to that in a second. I like UCLA. I think that UCLA is a team better built for the Final Four. I think they can slow Memphis down. They have better back-to-the-basket scoring with Kevin Love, and Darren Collison has taken and made too many big shots for me to think that UCLA can't win one more big game. I think they're a more efficient basketball team. UCLA will win in a highly entertaining 52-51 ball game.
The other national semifinal, of course, Kansas and North Carolina. Roy Williams coaching against the team that he left a few years back, recruited guys like Sasha Khan to Kansas. Now he's at North Carolina. Interesting sidebar to this game, but who do you like in the game?
Kind of like looking in a mirror, actually, if you put these 2 teams together. But I like Carolina because I think they're just going to outscore them. I'm a little bit concerned that Kansas just getting there might be enough. I know that seems a little bit ridiculous, but, you know, to get that monkey off your back and getting to the Final Four, there might be a little bit of letdown. I think Carolina offensively rolls, and they beat Kansas.
I think people are paying too much attention to what happened in the Elite Eight. Yes, Kansas was tight. Yes, Kansas had every right to lose that game. But a week will have passed between the times of the 2 games, and this is a very different matchup, one that I think plays to the strengths of the KU Jayhawks. And the reason is I think they can corral Ty Lawson. Lawson and Danny Green have been the X factors. We knew Hansbrough was great, but those 2 have stepped up mightily for UNC so far in the tournament, and I think that KU defensively has everything it takes to slow them down. You know, what you do against Hansbrough, you know he's going to get his 25 and 10. Can he slow Lawson down? Can he slow Green down? Yes, they can do it.
How good is this? Your 2 guys last halftime together. You didn't agree on either one of those games, so you're obviously going to have a different answer now. Who cuts down the nets?
I think Memphis. I think Memphis has this big chip on their shoulder. I think they really have a lot to prove. Calipari has played that scene all the way during the course of the year. The underrated league, all those things. So I think Memphis gets it.
They have a chip on their shoulder, and they have something to prove.
Yeah.
I thought that's the same thing.
Well, as opposed to 2 chips.
Okay.
If you only have 1 chip, then you can prove. If you got 2, then you get.
And there's 20 seconds of video.
I'm going to take I'm going to take KU. 20th anniversary. A team built on defense. A team that has gotten past that invisible hump that we all knew. And I think Kansas has looked like a championship team, with the exception of that last 40 minutes they played against Davidson, where, frankly, the game wasn't played at their pace. Both of their possible opponents play at a pace to their liking, and I think they have enough offense to win.
And a great subplot. DJ Augustine got taken to the cleaners by Rose. Now he plays against Collison. If he wins, then he plays against either Lawson or the Kansas Chalmers and company. Really be interesting. We'll find out who the best point guard in the country is by Monday night.
He's right. I mean, you will absolutely know who the best college point guard is after the Final Four. I'm not sure you'll know who the best big guy is.
How about another guard that may or may not be in school? We expect a decision on Friday whether or not Eric Gordon comes back to Indiana for a sophomore year.
You want help?
Oh, you got a hunch?
You want help?
Got a hunch?
Gone. Bye.
Well, his father told the Indianapolis Star the coaching situation makes no difference at all.
Yeah, well, no, if he says that, that means he's gone.
Then
Look,
think he's
the thing about Eric Gordon that I think is disappointing, and I saw him play in high school. I think he's a magnificent talent. He's still in between positions for me. But here's a guy with a great jump shot that suddenly couldn't hit a jump shot down the stretch. That doesn't affect his draft stock because they're drafting you on potential. The truth is, he, like O.J. Mayo and like so many others, could use another year. But if you're going to go in the top 10, you almost have to go. He's probably gone.
Can't blame him. Can't blame him one little bit. But we all wish he would stay, but he's gone.
Yeah, I'm sure Tom Crean would like to have him stay, too.
Yeah, but he would.
All right, lots more coming up on the UPS Halftime Report.
This halftime report is delivered by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
When you're used to always doing something with a cigarette, it can be hard doing it without one. But if you can relearn how to drive without cigarettes, then you can relearn to do anything without cigarettes. Introducing X, a new way to think about quitting.
We are explorers. Humans are. Today there is a new frontier to explore. Energy. We're trying to find it in ways once unimaginable, mapping uncharted territory 5 miles below the sea, long before a single mark is ever put in the ground. So we drill more intelligently, more respectfully, to power the new explorers. This is the power of human energy.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Oh, dreaming. Do not let her get gum. You know that's Tony Stewart.
Tony, get the camera.
I've got the camera. Oh, Tony, he's a huge fan. Ready?
Tony, you okay?
Armor All wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare. And for even better defense against UV rays, try new and improved Armor All Protectant.
Introducing the Simply Everything plan from Sprint. For just $99.99 a month, you get unlimited nationwide calling, texting, web surfing, emailing, GPS navigation, picture and video messaging, push-to-talk, NFL and NASCAR content, and Sprint TV and music. AT&T and Verizon's $99.99 unlimited plans are just talk. The Simply Everything plan, it's a wireless revolution, only from Sprint and only on the Now Network.
This halftime report is delivered by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Of the many ways the Masters is unique, add this to the list. The Par 3 contest, played the day before the Masters begins. Past and current golfing greats compete on Augusta's 9-hole Par 3 course. And for the first time ever, we're invited to watch. See the Masters Par 3 contest Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
All right, checking out what's happened as part of this Thursday in sports. The Bengals released receiver Chris Henry after his 5th arrest since 2005. That was Wednesday. Brett Favre's agents denying reports that Favre is considering making a comeback, saying that is absolutely false. Denver forward Kenyon Martin received a 1-game suspension for exceeding the flagrant foul points total during the Nuggets game on Tuesday. Elsewhere, news from the ladies' Final Four, where Tennessee superstar Candace Parker's been cleared to play Sunday against LSU. She's dealing with a dislocated left shoulder. Doctors call it a non-traumatic dislocation. She will wear a brace against the Lady Tigers. All right, little American League action. Alex Gordon, Lincoln, Nebraska star, Lincoln Southeast. Doug, his second home run of the season. What do you think?
Well, Kansas City's come in. Okay, they came in and dominated the Tigers. All this talk about the Tigers being the best team in the AL.
Not to mention our boys on a 220 home run pace.
Swept by the Royals.
How about my Halos?
White Sox, yes, your Halos get the Twins in the Metrodome, and the Blue Jays lead the Yankees right now 1-0.
6 inches of snow, by the way, outside Minnesota. Probably not a good idea to build that new open-air stadium.
Johnny Cueto, they love him in Cincinnati. The rookie throws hard, 95 or so mile an hour on the heater. Had 10 strikeouts in 7 innings of 1 run, 1 hit baseball as Cincinnati gets the win over Arizona 3-2. Elsewhere, Philadelphia over to the Nationals. A run walked in by the Nats in the bottom of the 10th. St. Louis shuts out the Rocks. The Cubbies beat the Brewers. First win of the year. San Diego over Houston, and so on and so forth. And with that, well, Doug's sticking around. He's here all offseason. He's got radio and everything else. Tom Brennan, though, this is it for you.
Yes.
They're letting you go after
this season.
Right?
This season.
Yeah, well, no.
Don't retire him again.
Retirement papers like
Keep
Red
my
Farm. We
fingers
still don't
crossed.
have any.
Okay, I'll come back in November. If they let me in the parking lot, then I'll keep working.
Biggest moment, best moment for you all basketball season. What jumps to mind real quick?
Oh, man, there were so many. I think doing the Tennessee Xavier game with my man Dougie and Wischusen, that was a great, great night.
Anytime I've sat next to him at a dinner table when I don't even have to go like this, and the card's already taken care of, it's a good night for me. So there's been plenty of moments this year.
Can I give the quote that you give me about Vermont? I think it's hilarious. There are 50 states in this great country, and I own one of them. And Tom Brennan.
And if I don't get back there pretty soon, they might forget about me. Bye-bye.
All right, UMass, Ohio State, second half coming right up from Madison Square Garden. See you, TV.
Rubber ball, $6. Softball, $5. Football, $35. Being ready for whatever parenthood throws at you, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's credit or debit MasterCard.
A Masters Moment brought to you by IBM. 1997, in only his third Masters appearance, 21-year-old Tiger Woods redefined history at Augusta National.
There it is, a win for the ages.
His first Masters victory set 20 records and tied 6 others. The most notable, the 12-stroke margin of victory, tying a 127-year-old major championship record.
What are you guys doing?
We're ideating.
ID what?
Ideating.
What's that?
Coming up with new ideas.
Why don't you just call it that?
This is different. We need to rethink the way we do things.
Structure.
Process. We need to innovate.
How?
We haven't ideated that yet.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Enjoy a world of freedom with Indulge-A-Bath. Stepping in or out of your tub has...
Your small business team. The finesse player. The enforcer. The miracle worker. The eager beaver. Don't these hope weavers deserve the best tools in the business? Yes, they do. Luckily, Comcast Business Class offers digital voice, high-speed internet, and TV. The same tools as the big guys for your guys. Power to the business people. Comcast Business Class. Turn your office on.
Ready, Oarsman Honda?
I was dreaming about a brand new Honda, but only had $7 a day. Then Honda Spring Event came, so I counted my change, and my Honda dealer got the deal made. I'm getting 31 miles to the gallon, only spending $7 a day. Find the dream you can afford, like my brand new Accord. Get to your Honda dealer, do it today.
Oarsman Honda in Bethesda. Now go to Yahoo and search Shop Honda to find great deals today.
Welcome back to the MasterCard NIT. We're at Madison Square Garden for the championship game between the Minutemen of UMass and the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Our score 41-36. And gentlemen, Lowe had a really outstanding, great part in that first half against Ohio State.
Well, for me, guys, it's all been about Chris Lowe getting a piece of the paint. Anytime he does that, good things happen. Opens the middle up for his teammates.
And the ability to be in the right spot, I think something they've worked hard. You pointed that out in the first half. There's a toughness about this slightly built youngster, and he finds his partners, that time Forbes, with the deep one.
Chris Lowe, 6 points, 7 assists for him. And this partisan house for the Minutemen making a lot of noise and holding up signs all over the arena. UMass has never won a championship in basketball of any kind. Lighty with the pass inside, and Othello Hunter with the turnaround jumper. Now, either one of the guys that he's looking at, it'll be number 3 for them, I believe.
I think
Brower was there, and also Milligan.
I think it may have been Milligan, wasn't it? It looked like it, the way he sliced him.
And you always like to see what coaches do right out of the second half timeout, and you can tell what the strategy was.
It sure was. They ran an overload left, and then ball reversal and a little bit of a steal by Hunter, and they really need the big guys, I think, to do some damage if they're going to get back in and win this.
Well, Dante Milligan, it goes without saying, is one of the cogs in the wheel of this UMass ball club that they can't have sitting on the bench.
And they stay in that matchup zone. See a lot of pointing and talking.
Now they better pinch out here on this guy. He keeps turning the corner. They're going to win it.
Harris quickly along the baseline.
Say goodnight.
Koufos sends it back out of there.
Like Greek salad.
Three-pointer on the way. It's not there. Low. Harris on the wing. Not there. Taken down by Othello Hunter.
And a little better coverage, too. They got to start challenging those corner jumpers.
Koufos, a spin move, and Milligan taking a real chance with 3 fouls to knock it away. Turner.
And the ability of Koufos to shoot kept Milligan at home. There was no assistance whatsoever for him.
No, and Turner has done a good job in his tournament, really slashing to the basket.
Milligan will score it. Turner, by the way, guys, now with 14 points.
Well, he's been a big lift for the Buckeyes since about the 7th or 8th game. The freshman from Chicago, St. Joe's in Westchester, Illinois.
Milligan now double figures. He's got 10.
Pretty good footwork by Milligan, wasn't it?
Koufos working against Milligan again.
And not afraid to challenge him for that reason with the fouls.
You sometimes wonder whether players know what their opposition has in terms of fouls, Billy.
You think?
It really makes sense if you would keep a track of that.
Right. I think good players usually know.
Alan Hopkins, let's check in with you quickly.
Thanks, Rod. I had a chance to catch up with Coach Mata, who said he'd seen better halves. He said basically we got to rebound the ball, stop turning it over. 11 turnovers in the first half, way too many. I asked him how to control the pace. He said we got to get some stops, taking care of the basketball, but also contain Lowe, who posed him all kinds of problems in the first half, Rod.
And there's that pressure defense we talked about, Fran.
Same play defensively Ohio State ran in the first half when actually Butler was fortunate not to pick up a foul. That time he just went back and stole it.
Well, it's amazing to me how many coaches don't have an inbounds play underneath versus zones. They just throw it out top.
Buckeyes on top. First time they have led since 19-17. And in the corner, burying a 3.
Wow. 14% he's at. I mean, you don't expect him to bite you deep.
11-2 on this run as Milligan reverses it with the jump hook. A little too short, and a whistle and a foul.
Might be Hunter, Ron. He grabbed him, or Koufos.
So you see the pass out top. This is a helium pass. Watch how long this ball stays in the air. And that just allows Hunter, like a defensive back, to run under it and turn it into 2.
And nobody really dove at the rim or, diagonal.
Exactly. Attack the rim versus the zone. In fact, I used to set it up, let him trap you in the corner, throw it back to that inbounder on the baseline.
The short corner.
Yeah, try to get a 3-on-2.
This kid is unabashed. He'll keep stroking him.
Etienne Brower.
Well, this is what we talked about, the cumulative effect of the pressure.
Hunter got away with a walk, goes back over to Koufos, and he buries the 15-foot jumper.
Nice presence by Hunter, too.
Koufos is automatic from that mid-range baseline jumper.
Three-pointer, little too hard off the back iron. Tipped back outside, and a new 35 as Lowe takes it.
Nice job by Bonner on that slap back. He didn't expect that.
Bonner had it knocked away, and that was Dieber who got a handout.
What a Campbell pass here to Koufos.
Beg your pardon, it was Koufos who got a handout. Good quick hands by him. Forbes, and Forbes is fouled by Evan Turner. So we'll take a break. 49-46 Buckeyes, 15:51 left in our ball game.
The NASCAR Nationwide Series at Texas on ESPN2. Coverage begins Saturday at 2:30 Eastern.
Early round coverage of the Masters, April 10th and 11th on ESPN.
Switch to Valvoline's Max Life, and there's no telling how long your car will keep going. Max Life not only protects against friction, but also leaks, deposits, and sludge, the 4 major causes of high-mileage engine breakdown. Drive it forever.
Every day is a new chance to show the world how phenomenal you can be. Start today with the confidence you get from Gillette Fusion Power Phenom. Fusion Power soothing micropulses help you reduce friction so you barely feel the blades. Try the world's most comfortable shave, Fusion Power.
The best a man can get.
Grubs. Their mission, destroy your lawn. But backed by Bayer's proven science, now there's Bayer Advanced Season-Long Grub Control with Merit. Its patented 2-in-1 formula stops grubs all season long. Plus, it revitalizes your lawn in one easy step. To grubs, it's the end of the road. To lawns, a new lease on life. Bayer Advanced. Better science, better results.
After 23 days on tour, we can't wait to get home and to our own beds.
The tougher your days, the more you deserve a Sleep Number night. It's the only bed that lets you personalize your Sleep Number setting anytime, because the most comfortable sleep is the one you control yourself. Visit a store today for your free travel pillow while supplies last. Sleep Number, it's the bed that counts.
This telecast is being broadcast in high definition, available on ESPN HD, presented by Olivia, live and in color. In the second half, gentlemen, only 2 of 10 for the Minutemen and 5 of 7 for Ohio State to open the second half of play.
I think one of the things here is Ohio State only averages 68 points a game, so do they want this tempo? So far, Bill, early on, it's been in their favor.
And I think their zone has to have more impact, control the tempo, at least keep them out on the outside of the floor, use some clock that way. But I am so impressed with the ability of Lowe to run a team. The more you watch this kid, he understands where to go, who to get it to.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Koufos, they'll continue to go inside on him because of the 3 fouls on Milligan?
Yeah, absolutely. Great point, although he's out getting a little bit of a blow now, so it might be Hunter. Although Milligan's getting a blow as well.
49-46, the Buckeyes on top. Ball is tipped. Butler got a hand on it into the stands. 20 seconds on the shot clock for UMass.
UMass will run some of those man-to-man plays with the ball screens versus this zone, and then try to create a little one-on-one situation.
Great play defensively. Lady in the right spot.
Boy, got a hand right on the top of that thing and blocked it. Butler, feedback, nice look, and count it for Othello Hunter.
That's why you practice your dribbling moves. Great control, and then anticipating his teammate sliding to the 10.
And he's not really a blazer either as a point guard.
Three-pointer off the mark, taken away by Bonner. Milligan prepares to check back into the lineup, as does Gaffney.
See how they pinched him there? They would let Lowe turn the corner. The ability with the bounce, and he really pounds the leather too. I mean, he slams it into the ground, and then the read. That's just great as the defense all opens up. Once you beat him on the perimeter, everybody's going to take a peek.
Mel and Nancy, his parents, in the stands, enjoying this one right now. They're up by 5 as Terwilliger took a giant step forward and missed what should have been a dunk.
Sure should have. Should have made it.
Low. He goes flying. Harris with the jumper.
Well, how'd you like to play in this system if you like offense?
Oh, I'd like to be Harris.
Exactly.
I don't think I could be Low.
Oh, no, Bill, you're always up.
I'm always high.
You said that, I didn't.
Taking over right now, Mom and Dad.
Butler.
Gonna enjoy this.
Very nonchalantly makes it back as a 5-point ball game.
You're right. They are really, they're not letting Lowe get into the lane as easy.
And they're doing a good job getting back to cause some use of the clock. Nice pass.
Well, it's going to be Terwilliger who will pick up the foul. Well, after our game tonight, right here on ESPN, make sure to check out your favorite college basketball players in the 20th anniversary State Farm College Basketball Slam Dunk and Three-Point Shooting Championships.
And Jamar Butler would have liked to have been there tonight. He was invited, but he has other plans.
I think he'd rather be here, don't you?
I think so. I mentioned the other night how he gave up his junior year on as a point guard so that Michael Conley could run the show for Thad Matta, and he's back in a comfortable spot.
And they are just closing it off. Look at the reaction to the shooter, too.
He's so... Lauderdale was about 4 feet off the ground. That shot may be forced.
Nice help by Gaffney.
Skip pass to Harris. Got it back to Brower, who looked as though he was fouled. I know the ball was blocked. Boy, the UMass fans, it happened right in front of them, and they're saying, Jimmy Burr, was that not a foul? Jimmy says no.
Well, Mike Kitts was the middle guy of the three, and he was right on it, Ron. He kept saying from the get-go, he gave it the old deflected.
A nice hands here by Koufos. Almost gets us. He just can't relax. Milligan, a guy that perfect trap earlier. They may do that again.
Blocks in this ball game, 2 by UMass, 11 by the Buckeyes.
They're almost playing Lowe now. Butler's coming out, almost playing him man-to-man.
Look how they close on each wing. Pretty good adjustment halftime.
Nice little fake with the head right there. Puts up an air ball, and it's Lauderdale rebounding. Butler.
Tell you what.
No basket.
They wiped it out, but how about, you mentioned he sort of drifts around, but he can step it up and get to the rim. And of course, this is a really good call. You can see 3/4 of the ball still on the rim.
Now, Koufos, if he's playing in the summertime for Greece, that's okay.
That's okay.
He got carried away there.
That's a Greek rule, is it?
Well, it's
international.
International basketball. Can hit it on the rim.
Yeah, double high now to assist. This time forward because Lowe is exhausted, by the way.
Milligan.
He was the last one down on the last trip. I don't think we've said that in 2 days, have we?
Lauderdale had the ball tipped away. The shot is missed. The tip no good. And on the return, a foul.
You can see them exerting some influence to big people around the rim, playing a little volleyball. You do pay a price, and it's usually on defense at this fast pace, Fran.
Well, and the interesting thing here, Billy, watch Koufos keep it alive. Here's the amazing thing about this guy. Only 60 free throws this year for a guy 7'1". So, third foul.
Etienne Brouwer, foul number 3.
I think Koufos is going to enjoy playing away from the basket next year with the 7'1" B.J. Mullins coming in, because 60 free throws in over 30 games.
No, well, you're right. I mean, he's a face-up kind of a guy, but you really like him to get inside a little. He's got a little game in there.
I think he does. He's crafty.
55-50. 12.5 minutes to play in this year's NIT Championship.
And the elbow by forearm.
You know what, though? There's also a foot there, Bill. And that's the reason he went down. He tripped over somebody.
Was that after the push, though? That's the question.
I think Gaffney, see the little...
Now, that's a pretty good play, I think, defensively. He got over the top. I'm not so sure there was a discard, though. I see what you mean on the pick.
Yes. Stepped on the inline, says Mike Kitts. So Turner turns it over right underneath the UMass basket.
And this is what you're saying now. They do nothing going at the rim. I think they should be able to get something, little back screen.
I always get nervous when they throw that ball out there like that.
Showed early in the year, I think Merlin and Duke, that was a case. Duke intercepted one.
Milligan blocked. Butler at the other end, and he has Milligan knock it away from him, and it'll stay with Ohio State.
Well, boy, Milligan is pumped up. Great hands, and he's...
Who got this one? I think it was Koufos.
Well, they've got an army under here, don't they? Look at this. Yeah, Koufos that time.
Yeah, both of them.
.29 seconds on the shot clock. Butler.
They got offensive foul on that handoff. They run that on the out of bounds. That's dangerous, too.
Who's at Lauderdale?
Yeah. That's a great little. That's what you were saying earlier. The inbounder comes back in. You want him on the short corner. That's how they get their three-point shots frequently.
So let's see. Lauderdale will stay in the lineup. P.J. Hill will come in for just a short time because we got another television timeout coming out. Off the mark. Lauderdale at the other end, and the follow.
They got a foul on the push.
That may be Milligan.
Here's the interesting thing, guys. Ohio State's got 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores out there right now. You don't think the NIT is going to help these guys next year?
Stay focused for the next 60 seconds. That's all the time I have to tell you the truth about HD television. The truth your cable company doesn't want you to hear. Cable wants you to believe they're keeping up with HD capacity. They're not. But DirecTV is. Get the best entertainment and the most HD channels with DirecTV. That includes exclusive sports with games and matchups you won't see on cable. So call now for all your favorite sports, movies, and shows. And you always get your local channels. Do you know what else? Packages start at only $29.99 per month, and you can add HD access to any package for an additional $9.99. Compare that to your cable bill. There are no startup costs, no equipment to buy, and professional installation is free. Call now. You also get a free HD receiver or DirecTV DVR upgrade from America's #1 HD provider. Time's up. Make the call.
Come on, Otis. Let's go, buddy. Come on. Let's go get in the car. There's a cat back here. Come on, let's go. Here we go.
I thought dogs loved to ride in cars.
Let's go. Come on, here we go.
They do, but not if the car has a stiff, jarring ride. He's enjoying the trip.
Well, that's because his car has Goodyear Comfort Tread tires.
For a smooth, comfortable ride, get Goodyear Comfort Tread technology. A special layer provides on average 20% more cushion than other passenger car tires.
I see why dogs like this.
Innovative thinking up here so you can get there. Goodyear, get there.
All right, okay, in studio, time for SportsCenter right now. Brett Favre could be weighing the option of playing in 08, but not with Green Bay. The LA Times is reporting Favre's agent has spoken with teams about their interest in trading for Favre. The agent, Bus Cook, said, quote, "That's news to me." And the Bengals have released wide receiver Chris Henry on the heels of Wednesday's arrest. It is Henry's 5th since 2005. A lot of details on SportsCenter at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, and you can always stay current with ESPN News. As we head back to the Garden, Ron, Fran, and Raph, guys.
All righty, Ohio State leads it by 7, but most importantly for UMass fans, Dante Milligan sitting on the bench. He just picked up foul number 4.
And of course, this Pete Carlissimo started the preseason NIT years ago. There's Lucy and Tara. Of course, PJ out busy with the Sonics, and one of Coach's best friends right here, CM
Newton. And by the way, the NIT selection committee not only did a great job, but how about the basketball committee? The NCAA,
four seeds,
4 number 1 seeds. So kudos to Tom O'Connor and the basketball committee.
Of course, Lucy, unbelievable, right? Both nights. The other night, doubleheader, still hanging in. God bless her. Great family.
You said that's how the family checks in with her.
Yeah,
right?
they know where she is. Exactly.
Well, that's a whistle on the foul. We got a shot of Butler there, and we have talked so many times this year about taking a guy out. It has to be a guess, but you take a guy out before the television timeout. He gets that time and a pretty, what is it, 2.5 minutes on the...
You can milk it so that if a guy's out for a minute on the clock, you can get him about 5 minutes of rest.
Nice challenge by Forbes, and that's his game. Getting into traffic, low fresh, by the way, as well. It gave him a little bit of a blow, so look for him to take over, Fran.
Well, one thing about Gary Forbes we've seen in this NIT tournament, he loves to put it on a deck and attack the rim.
New York style, right? You got to get a little blood on your chin.
You know what they say about New York guys with the dribble? They'll give their grandmother up before they give up their dribble.
Well, here comes Butler back into the ball game. So as far as minutes on the clock, he was not out very long as
13.
far as actual
13
minutes.
seconds, I think.
I
think it was, if I'm not mistaken,
he said got to sit down for what, about 5 minutes?
Yeah, 4 or 5 minute rest.
A little different look right here. 3/4, 1-2, 1-1. Diagonally, you might get something. Pretty.
It is.
Oh, what a terrific flash by Hunter. Koufos on the box waiting.
Well, they're starting to run back to those corners on Harris.
They're really respecting Harris now.
And he's going to have to put it on the deck if he wants to score.
Harris, jump stop, reverses the shot and scores.
He does.
The prophet. No longer the governor.
A little nickel dime in the backcourt by Lighty.
17 fouls against the Buckeyes with 10:57 left in the ball game.
What did you say? They wouldn't have had a play if they were ahead. Now they're in the right spot, but this is just gorgeous. The ability to take it to the rim, but they had him in a perfect spot. And Harris?
Well, you called it. You said, hey, put it on the floor. And Harris gets to the rim, and he uses that rim. Koufos had no chance to get a piece of it.
That's 4 fouls on David Lighty.
Where they like to come from behind this team.
Travis Ford has not sat down very much tonight. He is pacing that sideline right now as they make the first, and Gary Forbes misses the second.
I think the difference tonight for UMass is you've got an experienced point guard out there for the Buckeyes at Butler. Let's see if he can control this game the last 10.5 minutes.
And the wings can handle. Deeper in there for shooting, but between Lighty and Turner, they're pretty effective at the bench.
Hunter missed on the follow.
They just banging the glass. That time Bonner.
Well, from 64 to 4, the Women's NCAA Championship continues on ESPN this Sunday with both Final Four games. 7 o'clock the first one. It'll be Stanford taking on Connecticut. 9 o'clock Eastern, LSU against the defending champion, the Tennessee Volunteers. And coverage, by the way, begins at 6:30 Eastern with the Women's Championship Special. That's this Sunday on ESPN. You're really anxious to see if Candace Parker is ready to go with that left shoulder injury that she had in that last ball game, as that shot a little bit short and off the mark. Koufos at the other end takes it up strong, kisses it off the glass, and it's 62-55. Back to a 7-point game.
That's 7 feet 1 right there, moving and running the floor.
That was impressive, and Butler with a lot of heat on the pass, very confident giving it up.
Inside and missed. They got what they wanted, and they get the ball back and a new 35.
Once again, Lowe can't turn the corner, changes everything.
Three-pointer won't go. Bonner had an open look, shot it a little flat. Alley-oop, Koufos, and he was fouled by Bonner.
Nice play. The handle with confidence by Turner.
A young man from Canton, Ohio, 7 feet 1. Take a look. Butler finds him. Little sideline break right there.
How about this little kiss shot? Speaking of P.J. Collis, when he used to run that sideline break,
Sideline
that Wagner. In the old days, he didn't have anybody like this, though.
No. Well, we mentioned earlier, Koufos from Canton played on the Greek under-18 team last summer. Koufos, and he's been offered a ton of money to stay over and play professionally in Greece, and I think that figure will increase each year.
Let me ask you this. People will be sitting at home saying that, you know, what is the difference? What is really good money there?
Well, you know, when you go and play at a place like Greece and you can make a couple $1 million for a young guy like this, Ron, oftentimes it's not tax-free. It is tax-free. They throw in the villa on the Mediterranean and the car, so.
Sounds like you've had offers.
By the way, as soon as we get a break here, Alan Hopkins got more on that. Short jumper. Count that one for Etienne Brower.
A little quick timeout because of the pressure and the perfect trap.
So we'll take a timeout. 9:09 left in the championship. 64-57, Ohio State.
When you're used to always doing something with a cigarette, it can be hard doing it without one. But if you can relearn how to drink coffee without cigarettes, then you can relearn to do anything without cigarettes. Introducing X, a new way to think about quitting.
Oh, Colin, listen, we really appreciate this, but her food for the week is in the bag. Also, her ear medicine, that's 2 drops every 2 hours.
Who are you?
Oh, and she doesn't do the litter box. You'll figure that part out.
We're gonna be listening to The Herd all week, we swear.
The world's top riders are following the dirt to the Navy Moto X World Championships. April 12th and 13th, live on ESPN and ESPN2.
I had credit problems.
Everyone turned me down for a computer.
I felt so trapped with all of these bills. I didn't know how I was going to make it through. But with CashPoint, I was able to use my car title to get the cash that I needed.
Take your car title to CashPoint and get cash.
Get the cash you need in a flash at CashPoint.
What if we took a moment to rethink our priorities? What if we rethink power and what it means to be strong? What if we rethink beauty and what it means to truly interact? At Saturn, we chose to rethink things, starting with every car we sell. With 5 totally new models and a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. We may just be a car company, but we're rethinking what a car company can be. Just something to rethink about.
I wanted to buy something special for my girl, who was running a little short on cash. At CashPoint, I got the cash I needed without a credit check.
Take your car title to CashPoint and get cash.
Get the cash you need in a flash at CashPoint.
Square Garden, where UMass is trailing Ohio State by 7 here in the NIT Championship game. We're just talking about Kosta Koufos, who told me earlier today he expects the overtures this summer for his services in Europe to be even stronger and louder than the ones he turned down a year ago. He says right now his plans are to play for Greece in the summer, but he certainly expects to be very busy fielding offers, and he has certainly a big decision to make, Fran, over the next couple of months.
Well, he really does, Alan, and he's still an NBA prospect, and I still think that he needs some more seasoning, Bill. He's going to get bigger, stronger. I think you know he's gotten more athletic this year.
Well, I think he's improved because Sad to say his dad has passed away too, so it's a situation at home that's, it's a very critical decision.
Tip from behind and causing the turnover on the play was Gaffney, and at the other end, Forbes.
And he's right up after it. He's energized right now. Perfect trap here, Fran.
Yeah, these New York guys, they're not going to go away easy.
And Lauderdale doing the right thing, slowing it down.
Butler says, let's speed it up again. The runner not there. Lauderdale says, hello.
Well, that's why you teach kids to get to the rim, because a lot of good things can happen. They're going to come over and try and block your shot, and Lauderdale unimpeded getting to the 10.
He's not Mark Jackson, but Butler has that herky-jerky kind of game.
He's got a key.
Wow, look at these guys attack.
Skip past, did it help? You bet it did.
And Diebler made the mistake of helping. They've been staying on Harris in the corner, gave him too much of a cushion.
Bill, it's 18 points for Harris now. 4-point ball game. We've just gone under 8 minutes to play. Who's going to win the NIT Championship for 2008? Ohio State, or will it be UMass? Ohio State turns it over.
Well, you're looking for your upperclassmen to take over, Fran, and why not? Gary Forbes trying to get it all done for his team. He attacks with reckless abandon. And then the big fella not staying wide. You attract a lot of attention on the bounce. Send it in.
Rubber ball, $6. Softball, $5. Football, $35. Being ready for whatever parenthood throws at you, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's credit or debit MasterCard.
Special forces travel fast and light.
You're heading out to a war.
Two soldiers lost behind enemy lines.
Where did they land?
Crash landed on the plateau. They're alive.
One fight
They're gonna send out his kids as bait.
to get them home.
Trying to take us alive.
Robert Redford, Meryl Streep, and Tom Cruise.
We cannot lose.
Lions for Lambs, a Robert Redford film on DVD.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Do not let her get gum. You know it's Tony Stewart. Tony, get the camera. I've got the camera. Oh, Tony, he's a huge fan. Ready?
Tony, you okay?
Armor All wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare. And for even better defense against UV rays, try new and improved Armor All Protectant.
Switch to Valvoline's Max Life, and there's no telling how long your car will keep going.
Sweet.
Max Life not only protects against friction, but also leaks, deposits, and sludge, the 4 major causes of high-mileage engine breakdown. Drive it forever.
Hey, there's an easier way to prove you're a Cold Hard fan. Just log on to ESPN.com, search Coors Light, and enter for a chance to win a trip to compete in the Cold Hard Fan Awards, hosted by me, Stuart Scott, in Las Vegas. So grab a cold, refreshing Coors Light and check out SportsCenter.
ESPN's exclusive coverage of the MasterCard NIT is brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
So we are back, and our score as we return 66-62. Brand, take us inside the play.
Well, we've all watched a lot of basketball this year, and how about the use of the dribble by UMass? We talk about getting a piece of the paint. That draws the gray jerseys. Here comes Brower, and Ricky Harris knocks down 16-17 and his 18th point of the night.
So UMass, 14 assists on 23 field goals tonight. And that is a big increase from the first half when I believe they only had 2 assists. Here's Lowe.
I thought he could have turned the corner. He had a little spot in it.
Forbes on the run. Couldn't get it. And nice hustle in the corner by Harris.
New clock.
Pretty good poise here.
And it helps to have your coach about 10 feet from you yelling at you.
And get it to the kingmaker here. He doesn't convert. You're right. A little intimidating.
Well, a really good opportunity. And that ball is tipped by Brower. Hustles for it. And couldn't save it.
How many times the other night when they played Florida did we use the word relentless with this ball club?
They do pursue it. That's Ian Brower made himself bigger. Excuse me, Ron.
I was just going to say, Koufos is back into the lineup. He got a little bit of a breather. And you would imagine is there for the duration. Lost the handle and still got the baby hook to go.
You know, when they attack that pressure right there, they trap Koufos, a big target.
He's got 15 points. Deep in the corner. Three. Harris.
And that's the problem. Koufos can't get out there. They've been moving him around. That's the side to stay on. At least cut 2.
21 points for Harris.
That's a great point, Bill, because Thad Matta can put Koufos wherever he wants in that zone. But then Travis can counter.
They force him into the quick shot.
Harris again. Not again.
24.
We're tied.
There's that pressure.
Koufos for 3.
How cool was that? Step back, Jack.
He may be thinking about the Villa right now.
Or they are.
That's 7 feet 1 from behind the arc.
Wow. Forbes on the run. Oh, what a nice touch.
This kid is relentless, speaking of that word. Getting into the 3-second area and dominating.
Remember his international experience. His confidence went sky high this summer with the Panama team.
Hey, guys, Koufos has got 18 points, 16 in the second half.
Nice hustle by the big guy.
Make it 18 in the second half and 20 for the ball game.
Boy, he has stepped up at the right time. Harris taking over the other end, and the Greek wonder at the other. Tough.
Forbes. Nope.
I didn't like that. Did you?
Well, they've been doing that all year, you know.
I just figured he's been so good getting to the rim.
They're going to get another chance to shoot it here in 20 seconds.
I'm sure they will. An offensive foul this time by Hunter. Goodness, and he gives it the wave off.
Well, this was good basketball right here. They got trapped in the zone, and Koufos a big target. Then the finish inside, and then how about the hustle here, Bill?
Well, you know, we've seen him do so many things. He knows. You're the first one that knows your shot's not going in. And he just curled beautifully and live Brower with the quick jack.
Low. Nice reaction. Went off the fingertips of Butler. A fellow Hunter, by the way, picked up that foul. It was his second. Forbes put it in the left hand, and he scored it.
That's his game.
That's a little playground move right there from the young guy from Brooklyn.
Right to left, huh?
Boy, does he attack. Oof. He might be getting a Villa. He keeps playing like this.
An adjoining one.
How many villas did they have, Frank?
Hey, you play like this, there's room for you.
Hunter off to Koufos.
He may get a Villa, but this kid's going to get an island.
Boy, Milligan looking up at the official to say, I got steps. And travel. Low will turn it over.
Once again, you look at him. He puts so much on the line. Gas. The price of gas is high. And when you're tired, inhaling is difficult. I think Butler can take low if they give it to him. He's not ready to guard.
He can't score because Koufos has 9 in a row. They want the hot hand to keep.
And he can a little spin out. He's shown it all. Steps, yeah.
Good job by Milligan. He would not let Koufos get inside of him.
Well, Fran, I keep thinking about what you said during the timeout. You were saying not only $2 million a year for him from the Greek government, but $2 million no tax.
Well, there's
and the Villa.
Really good professional teams in Greece right now. Of course, that was the team that knocked off the USA in the World Championships 2 years ago.
Harris, short jumper, not there. Rare miss for him tonight. Evan Turner, who has had a truly magnificent game tonight, comes up with a rebound.
By the way, Thad Matta doesn't want this guy going anywhere.
I'll tell you what, they had a 10-second violation.
I started to say that's what Travis was trying to get the attention of the official. Butler was very, very lackadaisical about the situation.
And lackadaisical, well, you're very lucky to get it back there. Perfect trap. You love when kids do it on their own, you know?
So we'll take a timeout. He got a really good one going. Forbes with the left hand scores it. It is 75-72 Bucks.
A Masters Moment brought to you by AT&T. 1986, written up as done and finished earlier in the week, 46-year-old Jack Nicklaus made sure a different headline was ready for Monday. Trailing the leader by 6 with 10 to play, Nicklaus shot 30 on the second 9 and left us with one of golf's great memories.
Maybe. Yes, sir!
And the Golden Bear with his 6th green jacket.
Ah, that's what we're talking about. Hi, I'm Chuck's phone. Chuck can't answer right now because Chuck's an idiot. He doesn't have AT&T, so he's got 0 bars in here. But by all means, keep calling about those basketball tickets you just won. We'll just keep shooting tiny hoops with the townies. Living a dream.
Teardrops! It's falling! Look, the weatherman!
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places.
Look at him! He's everywhere! He's a machine!
Buy one exclusive slider for only $29.99 and get one free.
What the deuce do cartoons have to do with auto insurance?
Cartoon car insurance.
Let's get more informed with this dictionary of auto insurance terms. For example, comprehensive coverage may assist with compensation for damages from objects pulled by gravitational forces onto an auto, thus resulting in requisite repair.
In other words, if something falls on your car, comprehensive coverage can pay to fix it.
Righty-ho.
Quote by print.
Instantly at eSurance.
This is it. He's gonna make his move. He's gonna make his move. Contact. They bump. They love. This one's gonna be close. Are you kidding me?
The NASCAR Nationwide Series at Texas on ESPN2. Coverage begins Saturday at 2:30 Eastern. Telecast presented by Star Motorcycles.
So we are back. It is 75-72. And Koufos, the last 9 of, and actually 14 of the last 16 points for Ohio State.
And he's done it a lot of different ways. Obviously, he's got great perimeter skills. But how about the agility and the athleticism for someone that's over 7 feet?
And the intelligence, too, the anticipation of a miss to get there and do some damage. But you're right, he was so coordinated, he's improved, and it's a family affair.
Here's Kathy, his mom, and as Bill and Fran mentioned just a moment ago, as Ohio State scores again.
Yeah, Butler really great to get to the rim. They don't get back. And look at this low timeout, UMass. But lo and behold, Harris, if he had to pay rent, he couldn't afford it in Manhattan. But he owns the corners.
You think they practice that shot in practice?
I would say.
Unbelievable. And this is by design now. They run those guys to the corners, and it opens up things for, well, you're not sure who to come off of, and you see Turner, freshman. Don't leave Ricky Harris. Whoa.
Harris now 27 points, 7 of 10 from beyond the arc.
And not too many of them contested, but even when they have been, he is converted.
And you know, last year, the interesting thing, guys, remember, he's the most improved player in the A-10. He got the Chris Daniels Athletic Atlantic 10 most improved player. He only averaged 4.5 points a game last year. I'd say he stepped up.
Oh, I was magnificently. And this could be a home run pass.
There it is.
They go.
Good call.
Yep, Obella Hunter at the other end.
And you know, it's interesting. Travis asked Gaffney to come up, and he had played free safety. Oh. You know what he's after? Look at this kid attack.
Harris again. Nope, not this time.
Well, that's a big-time rebound right there by David Beide.
A double tick. Thought Hunter may have gotten it.
Well, anytime you bring all those defenders up one key is the man on the ball.
He was waving one back. You can just see that little setup. You don't have the foot speed to cover. Takes a lot of courage. It's not Grant Hill, but effective.
But Gaffney, not as speedy as him, and also with the knee brace on.
Nice fade to the corner.
Almost stolen, gets it back. Knocked out of bounds, touched last by UMass. 11 seconds on the shot clock for the Buckeyes.
You know, most of the Pitino disciples, they love those deflections, and they try to get about 35 or more a game. And even that right there, Bill, not a steal, but disruptive.
Exactly. You got to start all over.
Butler, got it.
Dagger! That was big. And again, the handoff on the out of bounds. They had Lauderdale on a foul earlier in the same type of position. Nice play.
Milligan, and give the assist to Harris. Really nice play there. So a 5-point ball game with 2:17 left in the championship.
We talked about attacking that defense with some inbounds opportunities. This is what we talked about, Bill. There's the handoff.
Right, just step in. Boom. Wow. He has stepped up as well, Butler. Talking about Lowe's penetration and getting involved in creating. UMass has been a pleasure to watch, though, haven't they?
They really have. The energy, the passion. Remember, they've won 10 out of 11.
And Ohio State has improved. I saw them earlier in the year, mid-year against Michigan. This basketball team, and again, the ability to play more and more games, just enjoying every moment. And why not? This could be it, right?
Great leadership. Played more games than any player in Ohio State history.
And you know, Fran, off the top of the telecast in the scene set that we had him reflecting. He was lying across the bench after having shot the top of the table over there, and just kind of absorbing the whole thing and the thoughts of this could be the last one.
And by the way, they ran the same play, but they stayed back that time with Gaffney. No home run.
See, I don't think you have to gamble right here. You've got plenty of time. This is a possession game right now. Get stops.
And Koufos is a guy you got to be careful of, I think. Well, they do the same thing on the other side. That penetration, you open up the defender.
Hunter, the junior college transfer, has given Thad Matta 2 solid seasons.
17 for him, guys. That ties a career high. The tip inside, and they got it. Who they going to give it to? Gaffney?
He was around there, Ron. Pretty good activity. Look at the size of Gaffney taking away vision. They got a jump ball? A foul.
Well, if you're Gary Forbes right there, I think the last thing you want to do is reach in. First of all, it's their jump ball, so if they just get the tie-up, they're fine, but just a little extra contact. See, this is a great trap right here.
You know what? Even though late he did get him, but early he had the ball, didn't he? But you're right. Just stay big. You got the sideline, the baseline, and a rotating man in the middle.
And the arrow.
Yeah. I would say, though, if you asked a player who had the arrow, they wouldn't know.
Well,
right? I mean, that's a coach's thing. But again,
one of those IQ plays.
Yeah.
That you know, you try to remind your kids of that in the last timeout.
Ohio State now 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Well, that jinxed them. 11 of 15 now.
Man, go to the rim still. You know, don't just settle. You can get that open 3 on penetration. Big Turner may have got that hand in there, did he?
Turner with his 3rd foul. Ron Franklin, Fran Fraschilla, along with Bill Raftery, and I knew you were there. Alan Hopkins is here as well, and a cast of thousands. A very talented crew out in the truck. And we are approaching the 9 o'clock hour here in New York City. It's an 85-79 ball game with 85 seconds left in the championship.
We've got a chance to see.
Wow, high off the glass, and because of the intimidation by Hunter, shot it just a little too high off the glass.
And I love their wings rebounding. Don't they do a nice job?
They really do. And Hunter tonight, quietly, guys, has put together a terrific performance.
Absolutely solid. That approach, the gate, the step-up speed, a little hesitation off the dribble. finding people, and also defensively. He has kept low in abeyance and gotten help.
That foul was on Brower. Speaking of those who have the signs that say refuse to lose, that certainly is his attitude always. That was his fourth.
And you know where that came from? Coach Cal.
And in fact, he may be charging those people right there, but
maybe.
The copyright, right? He's got that copyrighted. Of course, it's UMass. He probably gave it. Oh,
I'm sure.
A donation,
charitable donation.
Low. Koufos was right there, and he had to pump, and then had the ball knocked out of bounds. Coming up next, the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships.
Oh boy!
They were set up for that.
Forbes for three. Oh boy, he had a good look.
What a big-time rebound by Hunter. Now you're almost forced, and that may be it, right?
Yep. Milligan picked it up. And one of the things that has hurt them tonight is him getting the third foul and then the fourth. Did you see his mom really standing up and his 5 on hand? In case you missed the story, his brother Alonzo worked here at Madison Square Garden. And then a senseless shooting, and the young man was killed, and they have a mentorship program. On Tuesday night, 2 young people received. Well, a reminder coming up next as soon as this one is done, and that should be in about 37.4 seconds. The State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Contest. 20th anniversary of that event.
Well, this is the part of the game where the assistant coaches are telling Travis Ford who they want to try to give the foul to. Part of that scouting report, and Whitey only about 62%. Mentioned Whitey comes from Villa Angela St. Joe's High School, which has produced Clark Kellogg and Desmond Howard and Elvis Gerbeck, who were good basketball players before going on to the University of Michigan and playing football.
They weren't in Special K's league, though, were they?
No, Special K. Clark was one of a kind.
As a player and as an individual.
Still is.
Still is.
8-point ball game. Harris. Taken down by the Buckeyes, and a foul in the backcourt with 28.2 seconds left. Well, here's another question for you tonight. Is this Travis Ford's last ball game as the mentor of the Minutemen?
I would say not necessarily. A lot of things still have to happen. By the way, you mentioned it earlier. If I'm UMass, and I'm sure they've already done this, Bill, he's been such a credit to this program. And much like Brian Gregory at Dayton and Sean Miller at Xavier, step up, take care of them. You don't want to, you know, we talk about the Atlantic 10 being a high major league. This is a good way to do it, I think.
And you think of what Cal did there, and this is very similar. You know, they've gotten the program back on good, solid ground, and people starting to come out.
And they don't go away either, do they?
No, this is just a bunch of great tickers. And the giveaway by Lowe.
So we got 19.7 seconds at Ohio State. Terwilliger turned around to Evan Turner and gave him a big smile as he is going to the free throw line. But the smile obvious is that Ohio State realizes they're not real far from picking up this championship at the NIT in 2008.
They will lose some good players in Hunter, Terwilliger, Butler. But this program is back, Bill. The freshman Turner, Whitey, a sophomore. This guy Diebler, Koufos.
No, they're going to be very good next year.
Doesn't come back.
Well, it'll change things, but they have a monster recruiting class, Ron. 4 more outstanding players. And I think he will come back. I think he's got plenty of time to turn professional.
You mentioned Mullins, Buford, another guy that's pretty good, they claim, right?
Buford is terrific. Young man from Toledo. Yep.
Look at this deep. Bonner can really stretch it out at the NBA. Well, I loved watching UMass. Let me tell you, Travis and his kids performed in a fantastic fashion. Ohio State just kept getting better.
And Ohio State only averaging about 68 points a game coming in. They got up and down the floor with these guys and did a pretty good job.
92-85, the second title for Ohio State. And of course, Milligan Dante and his family, a great story, and kudos again to Madison Square Garden and their support of that family. 92-85, our final score. The Buckeyes win it. Coming up next on ESPN, the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championship. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. And right now, as the Bucks win it here in New York, let's head to San Antonio, Texas.